FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
Can you share your thoughts on the overall safety of air travel? Are American Airlines adequately preparing pilots and ensuring that they have skill sets for unforeseen crisis situations?
Aviation, commercial aviation is ultra safe. It's safe and getting safer. If you travel on a major North American, European, Western Pacific carrier, you're at the highest level you can be. The chances of being in an aircraft accident now as a passenger are astronomical. There are hundreds of thousands of people dedicated every day to do their best to keep it that way. I do have some concerns. One of the things I'm concerned about is that we not rely upon the investments made by previous generations to keep aviation being safe. We have to renew that investment. We have to make new investments going forward in order to keep aviation getting safer and safer. And with those investments must be not only in technology, not only in the system in which we operate, they must be in people. People are the key ingredient here. No airplane can fly itself. And there's no substitute for fundamental skills that are well learned, for in-depth knowledge, not only of the flying of the airplane, but of its component systems. And especially now in terms of high technology and automation, those skills must be learned on top of the basic flying skills and on top of the airplane systems. So I think it's doubly important that we make sure that the next generation of pilots has learned those skills and has the kind of judgment that can come only from long experience. Now, there are ways to do that. I just hope that we choose to. My other concern is that much of what people are going through in general now, the last couple of years with all this financial meltdown, airline employees have been living with for 8 years or more, certainly since the September 2001 terror attacks. Airline bankruptcies, draconian pay cuts, losing half your pay, all of your pension, longer work hours. It makes me wonder if, going forward, we're still going to be able to attract the best and brightest, people who are willing to be passionate about something that matters, to care about it, and to work very hard at becoming expert at it. Or will they choose some other approach? Will they choose law or finance or medicine instead? And I think those are important questions. And the other concern I have is that one of the ways historically that we've been able to make aviation so ultra safe is that the airline companies have chosen to greatly exceed the regulatory minimums in almost every area, in maintenance, in training, in scheduling. And I think now what we're seeing with this intense cost pressure at all the companies is a tendency to cheapen everything as much as possible. And my concern is that the people leading our companies are primarily trained in finance, and there's certainly a need for that. But I think that if the decisions that they make are too far removed from the everyday real-world consequences of the people using those tools and living with the effects of those decisions, then we may have in some way degraded these margins above the regulatory minimums that we've relied on for so many generations to keep aviation becoming better. So we need to do two things. Make sure that the regulatory minimums really are adequate, because historically we haven't had to rely upon the minimums before. We've always had people willing to do more than that. And second, I think we need to be willing to make the investments it takes to maintain those margins.